and gentlemen, next on our agenda is the three-point competition as well as the dunk competition.
Out of bounds, and we'll see the Ontario team take over.
Tough defense being shown by both teams. Up in your face, quick on-the-ball defense.
In the pregame, we talked about Jeff Gaudette and Fidel Messiah, and both said, look, we want to see defense where the knees are going to be bent, and we want to see a lot of intensity out there.
Game is about defense, and if you're not going to play defense out there, then you shouldn't be around.
Nice pass by Gunter to Mike Tuck. There's Tuck with the shot. It's good.
Tuck doing a good job of tucking that one away.
Darren, I've got to admire your talents as a commentator here on Rogers Television.
I think you're rubbing off on me.
Yeah, 20-19 in favor of the Ontario team. Nice try driving to the bucket. Did not come to fruition. And Chris Krause charged with another foul, his second personal foul. And we'll see more substitution coming into the game on both sides.
Nice attempt by Chris Krause there. A little too aggressive on that defensive set and was assessed with the foul. Lots of substitutions for both teams in the game now.
Too numerous to mention, we do have one guy in particular we're looking at right there on our screen. That was Rob Scully, 6-foot point guard, all-Ontario player from Denver, Colorado. He moved up here with his parents, lives in Burlington.
There's one of the opposite. Usually you see the Ontario players or Canadian players looking to go across to the States, going south. Now you have somebody from the States looking to play basketball up here in Canada. It's a good switch around.
Well, Scully will bring up the ball. He'll be closely watched by Jermaine Anderson, and that's a classic matchup featuring two of the best guards in Ontario, if not the country.
That's right. That's a matchup to watch for the entire game, as those two will most likely be covering each other.
There's a bit of a hop, skip, and jump there for Ontario, and number 15, Marlon Pompey, the 6'8" forward out of Lincoln Alexander in Moulton, Ontario.
Nice smooth move by Pompey on that one.
Toronto replies, makes it 22-21.
Junior Reed there on a nice catch and put up and got himself on the score sheet.
Oh, and a nice rejection. That rejection courtesy of Jamino Sobers.
Thank you very much. Take that out of here.
I think he's got the license plate number of the player who put that shot up.
That's what was on Jamino's mind at that time. Don't come into my house with that weak stuff.
Brandon Belogue inbounding the ball. I believe it was Belogue who put up the shot. Sobers certainly has his number. Nice left hand for Ontario.
Pompey got the nice reversal from Borders and went inside strong for another deuce.
Marlon Pompey been invited to the ABCD camps in the United States. Very athletic player. He's got Auburn and Michigan State looking at him.
Nice quick drive by Martin there, would not go.
There's an alley-oop attempt to Cortez Borders.
Here's Martin. He can leap, and he's quick.
Tristan Martin with a turnaround.
That was sweet.
I think just on that one move, Darren, he just showcased it. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. And the ball's going up on the rim. The basketball game is picked up. Here it comes.
Everybody wants an alley-oop.
Everybody's getting into the action here. 24-23 in favor of Ontario as the game picks up.
Cortez Borders has unbelievable leaping ability. Stands 5'10", but looking to catch alley-oops and slam them down.
Junior Reed dishing it off to Jermaine Anderson. Anderson with the alley-oop attempt at Tristan Martin, and he goes out of bounds.
I think the players are starting to get loose now, and they're ready to start to exhibit their high-flying talents.
We'll see a little bit more size coming back into the lineup for Toronto.
Cortez Borders and Tristan Martin just jumping out of the gym right now.
Coming into the game for Toronto will be Sam Angelou and Ola Matty, and Ontario will have possession of the ball. This is Rob Scully.
Anderson and Scully matched up, a nice matchup.
Marisic in there as well. There's Eugene Kodoroba, and this is a very, very underrated basketball player. This guy can play.
That was a nice move by him to get that tip in there.
Boom. Junior Reed up there with the left hand. It did not go.
Great hustle there by Reed. Had a nice move to beat his player to the basket. Took kind of a circus shot, but was able to catch his rebound and put it back up and get fouled. So he'll step to the charity stripe to try to knock down 2 free throws.
Kodoroba charged with his first personal foul as we see Junior Reed going to the line. 6-foot point guard out of C.W. Jeffries. This is his junior year at C.W. Jeffries. Transferred there. He's been to other schools here in Toronto, but it seems like he's settled on C.W. Jeffries for another year. has Missouri, Auburn, and Marquette looking at him.
Well, with a lot of the high school basketball programs in jeopardy these last couple of years, a lot of players have found themselves transferring to different schools that still have existing programs. So a lot of transferring happening in the city of Toronto lately.
Much to the dismay of the OFSA office, the Ontario Federation of Athletics, who oversee all of it.
Anderson's shot won't go. Rebound by Below.
Brandon Below, the 6'5" guard out of Cardinal Leger, lays it down low post. Pass not attainable. Marissa going out of bounds. The 6'10" center out of Bishop Ryan. What Roe Russell and Wayne Dawkins term as a hidden gem. Did not play basketball this year in Hamilton.
You just got to watch out for those hidden gems. That's a term, you know, as a player that's not a high-profile player, but can really play and is very much underrated.
This is Jermaine Anderson. He's got
nice back
Borders
pass. Sam Ashalou couldn't catch that one. Here comes the
low to Borders. There's Marisic. He lets it go. Scully will take the three-point attempt. It's off the rim.
Martin's long pass.
Martin to nice pass to Sam Ashalou, and Ashalou drains it.
Sweet looking shot by Sam Ashalou. 10-15 feet outside on the baseline.
6'6" swing forward out of York Memorial. He's got Auburn, Detroit, and
ooh, fouled him on the three-point shot. You know what that means.
I was going to say Auburn, Detroit, and Arizona State coming at him.
A lot of these kids getting looked at by big Division I schools. It's such a turnaround. When I was playing high school basketball, the American coaches were just starting to come to Canada to look at talent, and now it seems like there's no end to it.
Here's Below, got the line for Ontario, 6'5" swing guard out of Cardinal Leger, as we had mentioned. He's got Elon, Western Carolina, and High Point University. All three of them down there in the Carolinas looking at him, all three Division I schools.
Well, I've known this kid, Brandon Below, since he was a young kid. His father was an assistant coach at the University of Guelph when I played there in '91. His father's here at the game tonight, and I was speaking with him. He used to come to the practices as a little kid and shoot around, and he used to bring him to some of the practices. It's really great to see that he's grown up to be a fine basketball player representing the provincial team here.
You can tell he's a ball player. He's got the weights on the ankles, and he's got the very colorful basketball shoes. He can play ball.
That's right. I've seen you in that gear several times before, and I've been fooled by it as well.
Oh, here we go. Cortez Borders with a quick pass. There's a fake pass, and it looks like a three in the key was called by Jamie McKay.
Some good ball movement there by the provincial team.
Do want to mention a few words about the officials here tonight, and Dave Lake, Mike Curry, and Jamie McKay. You've got three of the best with an awful lot of experience on the floor. We told them we wouldn't trash them tonight, but normally we do.
It's not a good idea to trash them, especially when I'm planning to play summer basketball leagues that these guys referee in.
Yeah, they'll have your license plate number.
You know what they say about payback.
There's a, off the rim.
Oh, Lamatti trying to catch that rebound and jam it back home. Not successful, though.
Matty and Sam Ashalou both. There's Cortez Borders with a three-point attempt. And Tristan Martin comes up with the ball to Junior Reed.
Nice look.
He lets the drive, and there's a quick drop of the ball off the backboard.
Good body control by Reed there on the long pass from Martin. He gets another deuce for himself on the board.
Rob Scully in the backcourt. He's got Kyle Coatsworth with him. Cortez Borders out there. Junior Reed sees the quick pass. There's Jermaine Anderson.
Great sequence by the Toronto team. Sam Ashalou able to get the steal and get the ball up, and ended up in the hands of Anderson, and he went open for the easy deuce.
Toronto's leading 32-29. Here's Marissa, the 6'10" center.
Has the ball knocked out of his hands to his disbelief.
A little bit of butter on his hands tonight. I'm sure he's still trying to get it going on all cylinders.
Too much toast this morning. That's what it is. Too much toast. Too much butter on that toast this morning.
Inbounding the ball, Lamatti. Jermaine Anderson will run the offense. We haven't seen too many offensive sequences. It's more or less push the ball.
That's what the idea of an all-star game is. You know, you don't get to practice with the players that often, so you have to rely a lot on individual talents and just your knowledge of the game and where to be at what time.
And that's a three. That was dropped by Anderson.
Anderson's just lighting it up here this afternoon.
Chris Krause, he sees the opening. His pass deflected off of Sam Ashalou and out of bounds.
The Toronto team is doing a great job of getting in the passing lane. They've deflected several passes on a lot of offensive sets by the provincial team, and it's causing the provincial team problems.
Was talking to Sam Ashley earlier during the pregame shoot-around. He wanted me to mention all the schools that are interested in him. Certainly a self-promoter, that's for sure.
Wants everyone to know.
Oh, yeah. He's got a brother, John, playing at the University of New Orleans, playing quite well down there, and Sam sure making noises with the NCAA Division I schools as well. That was a three-point attempt by Junior Reed.
Way out.
Chris Krause, he'll take it himself. Oh, and there it is. They cannot hang on to the bucket. That was Dave Radlovich right up on the rim.
I got to say, it looked good, though. Unfortunate the basket won't count, but can't hang on the rim for that long, Dana. Even you know that.
Yeah, my game's above the rim, Darren.
I'm sure you've been up there many times yourself.
All 5'10" of me. 35-29 in favor of Toronto. 4:24 left in the first half.
And an interesting first half at that. Players just starting to get used to each other and getting loose.
As we see Aaron Antrobus going to inbound the ball.
And there you get a good
Bino is out there for the first time.
Got a good look at the Ontario coach, Jeff Gaudette, giving instructions to number 24, Mike Tuck.
Here's Antrobus. A quick pass outside. That three-point attempt put up by Yinka Bakari. And Ontario will come back. This is Chris Krause. Krause loses control of the ball.
Good job by Drew Bino to get a hand in there and knock the ball away from Krause as he was getting ready to go to the hole, it looked like, on that one, Dana.
Substitution for Ontario, number 11, Eugene Kodorobai, and number 24, Mike Tuck. Both from Markham. As we see Gunter inbound the ball. There's a shot attempt off the rim. And a few seconds come off the clock. Justin Gunter, a 6-point swing guard out of Parkside Collegiate in Dundas. Pretty much committed to going to McMaster University to play for Joe Razzo's squad out there. And Ontario comes up with the steal.
Steal by Coatsworth.
This is Chris Krause.
Ooh, nice.
Krause looks to drive.
Hands it off.
That's Mike Tuck and Justin Gunter with the shot attempt. Still battling for the ball.
Justin Gunter's got an unusual release, but let's see if he's successful with that. He can knock some shots down.
Looking to drive. There's the ball off the backboard. Jamino Sobers.
Nice.
First he comes up with the steal, and then he comes up with the bucket.
Nice handoff by Bino to Sobers for another deuce for the Toronto Sun team.
Sobers certainly showing that he can run the floor, both ends of the court.
Definitely.
Chris Krause.
Good ball movement by the Ontario team, looking inside.
There's the turnaround.
Oh, won't drop for him.
Good eye by Justin Gunter. Only player out there with glasses on.
And that's why he can see that pass so well.
Certainly, he's got the peripheral vision out there to see that pass to Mike Tuck. There's a drive to the bucket. Ontario.
Great penetration by Chris Krause. Penetrated hard to the basket that time and put it up with the left for another deuce for his squad.
37-33 in favor of Toronto. Nice close game. Both teams really running the floor and penetrating as well.
Playing tough defense. There you see a good block by number 11, Eugene Kodorobai. Say that 10 times.
Yeah, one of many. That's why they don't have names on the backs of their jerseys, Darren. There's just too many names, and the length of these names is phenomenal. At the line for Toronto will be Aaron Antrobus. And we're looking at Aaron Antrobus from Toronto, who are in the dark jerseys. Ontario in the white jerseys. 37-33, 2:41 left in the first half.
Both teams playing pretty even right now, only a 4-point spread. So the matchups are quite even. We'll see who can break away in the second half.
Justin Gunter comes up with the rebound as Ontario runs the floor real well. Nice bucket, Marlon Pompey.
Great body control by Marlon Pompey. Was almost knocked off his feet. Was able to regain his balance and put the basket in, and he'll step to the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Pompey with a soft touch around the hoop. Jamino Sobers charged with the foul, his first personal.
You get a good look at Pompey stepping to the line.
Out the rim.
Here come the Toronto Sun All-Stars in black.
And the ball off the glass. Foul will be called on Chris Kraus, that'll be his third personal foul, and I guess this is if any major decisions made in the first half by Jeff Gaudette and Dick Sabunian.
Need to save some of these players for the second half. A couple of players stacking up some fouls there. Yinka Bakari steps to the free throw line to attempt to.
Yes, the decision to make for Jeff Gaudette and Dick Sabunian was will you keep Chris Kraus in the lineup, or do you save him for the second half? They elect to keep him in the lineup, so he's going to stay in, and it'll be Kraus and Gunter in the backcourt for Ontario.
They've got other good point guards out there, so I don't think they have to worry about any of them fouling out, or all of them fouling out. One will always be available.
That's a three by Eugene Kotorobai, and it puts Ontario up 40-37.
Huge three-point shot by Kotorobai. Breaks the tie.
Nice drive. That drive by Jason Campbell.
And he gets a steal while he's lying on the floor.
And there he is, and he almost jammed it.
Good job by Jason Campbell, showing a lot of heart and hustle on that play.
He got right up there.
There's Kraus.
Campbell, a 6-foot point guard, but he looks awfully small out there compared to all the other ball players.
I think they give them a couple inches on the roster sometimes. I know I was 5'7". Sometimes I'd be listed at 5'9" and 5'10".
I saw you at 6'5" at one point.
Oh, I wonder where that went.
Yeah. Jason Campbell charged with his second personal foul.
Nice look inside by Kraus. Shot gets blocked.
There's a shot. It will drop.
Good putback by Kotorobai. In the right place at the right time.
He's got UNC Wilmington and Rider College out of New Jersey looking at him. There's a three-point attempt. It's an air ball. Kotorobai comes up with the rebound, and this is Chris Kraus. Kraus will run the offense.
Kraus to Gunter.
Gunter looks inside. Oh, and there's a play that I think he wanted to take back, that being Mike Tuck.
With his last name being Tuck, he should have just tucked that one right in the basket instead of trying to lay it up soft.
So the three Markham players out there with Marlon Pompey and Justin Gunter certainly making things happen for the Ontario team.
Get a look at some of the spectators in the crowd here this afternoon.
Let's see who you can identify with.
Good crowd on hand here at the St. Mike's Complex.
Kotorobai comes up with the rebound. If any player here in the first half that's making some noise, it would be Eugene Kotorobai.
Definitely hitting some outside shots, getting some good putbacks inside, playing tough D.
And he's running his routes very well as well.
Yep, certainly a player to watch.
Ball goes out of bounds as Toronto will take over. 42-39 in favor of Ontario. 43 seconds left here in the first half.
Kraus putting some pressure on the ball handler, Drew Bino. Gets it over the timeline with no problem.
Bino, a 6-foot point guard out of Runnymede. He's a junior player. Lots of potential, according to Ro Russell and Wayne Dawkins, the event coordinators.
You saw Jerome Sobers trying to penetrate the baseline, but passed it out of bounds. So the Ontario team will get another attempt before the half is out.
Hey, basketball fans come in all shapes and sizes, and there's one that certainly is potential on the rise.
Well, when I hear basketball fans come in all shapes and sizes, Dana, that makes me think of you.
Oh, and the charade goes on here in the first half. Drew Bino gets the ball. Watched closely by Chris Kraus.
Antrobus looking to penetrate.
Aaron Antrobus, he's going to go up.
Great job. Had virtually nowhere to go, but found a seam. Crossed over. Made his way to the basket and dropped it in for the three-point play with only 4 seconds left on the clock.
Marlon Pompey charged with the foul, his first personal. .42-39 in favor of Ontario. Here's a replay, Darren.
Antrobus going up strong. Pompey trying to block the shot, unsuccessful. Makes the contact and puts him to the line.
Rob Scully lets it go with seconds left on the buzzer as it goes off, and Scully does not hit that three-point attempt. So at the end of one half of play here at the Canada Clash All-Star Classic, it's Ontario 42, Toronto 42. We'll be back.
We doing a halftime?
Welcome back to St. Michael's College School, where the score here in the going into the second half, 42 up Toronto and Ontario. And Darren, I believe we're going to see more of what we saw in the first half, and that the ball is going to be above the rim. It's going to be up-tempo offense, and we're going to see an awful lot of trick plays being used.
I think that first half was just a warm-up to feel each other out, and now they're going to start playing some ball in the second half.
Look at that. Right off the bat, Sam Ashelou tipping it in.
Nice job by Ashelou there to get up over the defense for the tip-in.
There's a shot put up. It was a three-point attempt by number 12 number 12, Dave Radlovich for Ontario. Here's Rock Scully bringing the ball up quickly.
Junior Reed launching another three-point shot. Can't get his three-point shot going yet this afternoon.
There's Radlovich there for the garbage. He'll put it up off the backboard. We're tied still.
And the provincial team looks like they want to take it to the Toronto Sun team here in the second half. Toronto Sun team in the black, the Ontario provincial team in the white jerseys.
Jermaine Anderson really showing that he's got the skills when it comes to ball handling at the one position, the point guard position. He can handle it.
Anderson doing a super job at the point guard spot. Was leading that team in scoring in the first half with 12. Let's see what he's got for the second half.
Well, while we're admiring Jermaine Anderson, Dave Radlovich is quietly making waves here in the opening of the second half. Counting up 4 of 6 points. Nice play from Anderson to Tristan Martin.
Great job by Martin. Got up over the defense and slapped the backboard for emphasis.
That's a trademark for Tristan Martin.
But when you've got hops, you like to do those kind of things, Dan. I think you...
Junior Reed with the ball. Puts it over to Sam Ashelou. He'll connect with the shot.
Oh, that's a goaltend.
And goaltending being called, and there was a thought of goaltending down the other end of the court as well.
That was a good-looking shot there by Ashelou. Looked like it was on its way in. Merksic got up over the rim, and I think he purposely blocked that shot or goaltended that shot because that ball was definitely on its way down.
Nice crossover, Rob Scully, and he makes it happen.
Scully there showing some signs of his abilities there on a nice penetration for the easy deuce.
Scully, a 6-foot point guard out of Notre Dame in Burlington. A true point guard at that. Jermaine Anderson to Tristan Martin. Martin will look to drive right into a traffic of Ontario players. I'm not sure that's the play he wanted. Here's Borders with the jam. 5'10", he turns around and rams it.
Cortez Borders at 5'10". Look out, he's very explosive, as you just saw on that slam dunk.
Cortez Borders from Windsor Herman, putting them on the map. There's Sam Ashelou, rejected big time by Janko Maricic, the 6'10" center out of Bishop Ryan. He'll connect with a foul.
Great look there by Reed. Found Ashelou open underneath, and he attempted his two-point play, but was not successful, was fouled, and will step to the charity stripe.
Sam Ashelou, the 6'6" swing forward out of York Memorial. Got Detroit, Auburn, and Arizona State looking at him at this time.
Soft-looking free throw there as he drops the first of two.
Coach Wayne Dawkins, the head coach of York Memorial, certainly has an awful lot to look forward to next year. If there is basketball next year here in Toronto at the Board of Education, and it's no secret that the labor dispute has really played havoc with the sports schedules here in Toronto over the past year or two.
With the high school basketball scene the way it has been over the last year, this is a great event here that they've put together, giving this opportunity for these players to get a chance to showcase their talent because their seasons were cut so short by the situation.
Well, it's certainly coming out in geyser proportions as Tristan Martin dished off no-look pass to Jermaine Anderson, and Anderson continues to hit the bullseye.
Cortez from way out, his shot won't go, but Janko Merksic at 6'10" grabs the rebound, and there you see those illustrious tattoos that Merksic sports.
53-52 in favor of Ontario, and a foul is called on the play. Ontario foul to Maricic, his second personal foul. And Toronto will inbound the ball. Anderson will have control. Good backcourt with Anderson and Tristan Martin.
That is a strong backcourt. Both very good ball handlers and tough defenders.
And looking to Junior Reed to put up the shots. Reed put up that one, and then he'll cut. Nice L cut by Junior Reed.
Nice touch by Ashelou from outside off the pass from Anderson.
Sam Ashelou certainly showing that he's got the touch from outside.
Scully looks inside to Merksic.
Maricic on the turnaround. He missed. Martin comes up with the rebound. He sees the break with Reed. Reed will do it, and he goes down hard on the floor.
Fouled by Cortez. Cortez Borders still on the ground.
Cortez Borders charged with the foul, and that's like being hit by a football player. Borders, well known in the Windsor area for his football talents, playing for Windsor Herman, a 3-time Ontario #1 ranked team. He'll be playing football next fall with either Michigan or Michigan State. I believe Michigan.
Junior Reed at the free throw line to try to attempt to after that trip he took to the floor.
University of Detroit may try and talk Cortez Borders coming out of a basketball scholarship and going to Detroit for basketball.
Well, I've never seen his football talents, but man, does he have hops.
Coming out of Michigan with a football scholarship and going to Detroit. They're trying to still interest him, but I think he's pretty much set on football. Here comes Borders. He's got 2 to look forward to. No look pass. That pass over to Brandon Malone. No good as Toronto comes up with the rebound. This is Junior Reed.
Long alley-oop pass to Martin. Great catch. Wasn't able to jam it home. Almost squeezed it in off the front of the rim, but a nice play nevertheless.
There's a quick pass as he goes down the middle, right down Main Street. That's Mike Tuck.
Good job by Tuck to get it over to Mercick.
Good pass by Cortez Borders.
Here's Anderson.
Anderson looking back door. There it is.
Good look inside.
Radovich comes up with the rebound and a quick pass. It's a release pass to Cortez Borders, who puts it up for 2.
A lot of good unselfish basketball we're seeing here. Everybody looking down court to see if there's a long open outlet pass, and they've been successful on the last couple of attempts for both teams.
Jermaine Anderson looking for that backdoor pass. He'll give it to Junior Reed. Reed looks to cut and take the shot. Radovich comes up with that, and there's another release to Cortez.
Goodness!
Look out!
Take it home.
Borders making a statement here at the Cal Canada Clash.
Unbelievable leaping abilities at 5'10". Man, has he got hot.
And there's a shot from outside. Sam Ashley.
Ashley showing his outside shooting ability, knocking down 2 long-distance out 3-point shots. And there he commits a foul.
Marissa stripped of the ball, and Ashley will get charged with the foul. Second personal foul. We'll have to check on correct stats. 59-57 in favor of Ontario.
Still a very close game. Both teams playing each other right down to the wire. And I think that's the way it's going to go down here for the second half.
Looking at Janko Maricic, and you have to admire the tattoo on his right arm.
Well, like I mentioned before, I think he's the winner of the All Tattoo Award.
Yeah.
Great looking tattoos there.
It seems these days you cannot enter the court without having a tattoo on your arm.
Back when I was playing high school ball, it was the earring, and now that's sort of passé.
Yeah.
I remember when I was at Runnymede, our starting 5 made a vow that if we won the provincial championship for the second time back-to-back in '96, the starting 5 would all pierce our ears on the left side in commemoration of it, and we did that. I still have mine in my ear, so I know mine has a lot of meaning for me. It's not just a style thing.
And we're going back 16 years on that one.
Oh, stop telling people how old I am. Stop revealing my age.
We see back to action with the Toronto All-Stars looking to drive. Quick pass by Junior Reed. And that pass to Ole Matty did not count as it was stripped. Here's Rob Scully with the ball. Chris Kraus. Kodorobai with the shot. It goes off the rim.
Kodorobai can't find his mark on the target this half. Was lighting it up in the first half.
Scully off the rim as well with a 3-point attempt.
Here's Bino.
Drew Bino with the turnaround.
Shot partially blocked, and here comes the Ontario team.
And they're looking to push it. Here's Chris Kraus. As 2 guys go up for the rebound, and it did not go for a rebound. It dropped right into the hoop.
Chris Kraus likes that play, likes to get into the paint and just loft that floater over the defense. Wasn't successful, but a nice move anyway. Reed showing his dribbling talents.
Junior Reed had Eugene Kodorobai falling all over himself, but was not able to make it happen.
I was wondering where the music was. This guy's starting to dance, and there's no music.
Maricic on the drive. He misses. Went right down Yonge Street on that one. Junior Reed. Quick dish. That off to Aaron Antrobus. Marissa comes up with the rebound, and here's Kodorobai. The outlet pass. He'll look to drive. He'll put it up off the backboard. It's good for 2.
Nice job by Kodorobai taking it strong on the left side of the basket there for an easy deuce.
65-57 in favor of Ontario. 12:53 left in the second half.
Ontario team is sort of breaking away now, up by 8.
Junior Reed looking to put it up. A foul called on the play.
Well, the Ontario team is making better decisions so far here in the second half. I think that's why it's reflective of the 8-point lead they have. The Toronto team is looking inside, but they're getting fouled a lot, not capitalizing on free throws, and that's something that will become very important for them.
Kotarova, his second personal foul as we see Junior Reed, at the line for.
And there they miss yet another free throw. These free throws will come back to haunt them.
Junior Reed for the Toronto All-Star team. You got to admire his talents at the free throw line. There's no pussyfooting around. Just give me the ball and put it up.
Straight down to business.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, put it up.
I think he's getting the hairstyle from his brother Damien, who sports a new hairstyle while playing basketball with St. Joseph's.
Chris Krause here now for the Ontario team. Swings it over to Scully.
And Scully and Krause in the backcourt as Kotarova will take control of the ball at the top of the key. That pass deflected. Ball goes off by Yunka Bakari, the 6'3" guard out of Bathurst Heights.
Good defense by Bakari. Get his hand in the passing lane.
Good look at Eugene Kotarova. Lots of sweat. He'll take the ball out of bounds. Chris Krause.
Krause in the corner looking to penetrate. Goes off to Pompey.
And here's Marlon Pompey showcasing the skills on the turnaround. Ball up around the rim, and we'll see if no foul on the play. The ball went out of bounds.
Ontario team has a big front court out there now, trying to use it to their advantage, crashing the boards, getting the ball inside.
Coaches Vidal Messiah and Cordell Llewellyn going with the big team.
Krause from the outside.
And Krause will take the shot off. He'll look to drive it. Sees the pass. It's right there. Nice pass, Chris Krause.
Great dish off by Krause.
And that bucket put up by Mike Tuck. So nice pass between Tuck and Krause.
Ontario team working well together right now. 9-point lead for them.
Good look at Chris Krause, who certainly emulates his father in being a general on the floor, running an offense. He knows how to do it. There's a turnaround here, and Andrew Burks putting all 6 feet 3 inches
strong move
height into it. Mike Tuck got stripped, but there's Marlon Pompey going back up for the 2.
Good follow-up by Pompey. Mike Tuck got stripped of the ball by Antrobus, who ran full court to play defense on that play.
Some good action happening here in the second half of this basketball game. 69-60 in favor of Ontario. And Darren, if you're the Toronto coaches, what are you telling the troops? You're down by 9.
Well, they're doing a good job, the Toronto team, of getting the ball inside, but they're not capitalizing on the play. They're getting fouled a lot down low and not capitalizing on free throws. I think they need to take a little more time, work the inside-outside game. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Yo, I'm saying right now, last 8 minutes, I'm going the best lineup. I don't care if you're mad or whatever, you didn't play. I'm going the best lineup. Show me what you got now. Last 8 minutes, I'm putting the best lineup in. And that's it. Stop.
All they did was put a big lineup on.
Run back to him, man. Come on. Making big guys beat you guys on the court. So-called point guards and whatever. The big guys beat you guys. Hold up, what's up? Run back, man. All right, go on, man. That's it. Go, man.
Patience, you got the lead. Patience, okay? Let's go defense on 3. 1, 2, 3, defense!
There you hear some words from both of the coaches. Toronto coaches impressing that he's going to play his best players, giving the guys a chance to show their talents now, and he's going with the best lineup for the last 8 minutes of the game. And the Ontario team stressing patience. They've got the lead. They just want to be patient and do what they do best.
Certainly the coaches from Ontario have very much control over this lineup, as the Toronto coaches are wondering about playing minutes and certainly emphasizing the fact that they're going to go with a set lineup for the last 8 minutes of the game. Vidal Messiah certainly underlining that fact.
Good ball movement by the Ontario team. They look a little bit more precise than the Toronto team.
The guards seem to have control, and they're running the offense as the coaches have sent out the instructions to them to do.
Well, they're getting good looks off the ball reversals. They're reversing the ball, getting it to the opposite side of the floor. That opens up the whole weak side of the floor. The Toronto team is not really doing that to try to create opportunities inside for themselves.
So we're seeing a quick substitution by Vidal Messiah, and he's going to have Jamino Sobers come in. for Olamati. Sobers, the 6'7" forward out of Laurier Collegiate in Scarborough.
Mike Tuck on a nice shot from the outside, gets another deuce for himself.
This is Yinka Bakari. He's going to go off the glass. It's good.
That was a strong move by Bakari. Took it strong against the bigger Pompey and was able to get the deuce. Here you see Pompey on the catch. Nice body control.
Pompey, he misses on that attempt. And here comes Toronto. They're looking to place the ball. They want to get back into this game.
Kleino.
And Drew Kleino makes it happen. But Ontario, again, is going to push the ball at 71-66 with 10:33 left in the game.
And that's what Toronto's going to have to do, get back and play defense and get some steals and capitalize on their offensive attempts, as we just saw there.
Nice jam by Aaron Antrobus. It was a two-hander.
Cuts that lead to 3 now, putting on some full court pressure on the ball.
Here's Justin Gunter.
Over the top.
Mike Tuck and Marlon Pompey are right there, as well as Kyle Coatsworth.
Pompey throws the errant pass as the defender was all over his player on that play.
It was saved. Here's Aaron Antrobus with the left hand off the glass, and Antrobus is single-handedly bringing Toronto back into the game. They're down by 1.
That little pep talk by Messiah certainly worked wonders as the Toronto team is back to within 1.
Gunter, a quick pass to Kyle Coatsworth, and a foul is called on the play. That foul will be charged to Yinka Bakari, his first personal. As we take a close look at Kyle Coatsworth, the 6'3" swing guard out of London Medway.
Nice attempt by Coatsworth on that last set sequence. Had the ball about 10 feet out from the basket. Attempted a shot, was fouled. And makes good on the first of 2 free throws.
As we see substitution coming back into the game for the Ontario team, Brandon Below. The Coatsworth will finish the rest of his free throw sequence here. And looks like we're going to see Coatsworth go to the line one more time. Illegal entry into the lane. So it appears that Coatsworth will get one more shot. And he makes a count.
Nice looking shot by Coatsworth. Got a sweet stroke from the free throw line there. And back comes the Toronto Sun team. Down by 3.
There's a quick pass. As Toronto looking to get it even closer. They were down by 9 at one point. They brought it within 3. 9:37 left in the game. There's the entry pass. Bakari. He looks to drive. He dishes it out. And no foul. Swiped away. Here's Coatsworth.
Nice look to Below.
Gary Malone looking to put it up. He had it stripped. Quick pass to Chris. Chris Kraus goes high off the backboard with the left hand.
Great body control by Chris Kraus. Was totally covered by the defender there. I don't know how he got that shot off, but he did, and he kissed it off the glass for a deuce.
And Antrobus. Slow pass, and that's over to Jamino Sobers. But he
was fouled by Pompey. Go to the charity stripe to attempt 2 shots.
Sobers at the line for Toronto. Well, Pompey gets charged with his second personal foul.
Sobers makes good on the first of 2 free throws.
Looking at Jamino Sobers with schools like Auburn, Purdue, Duquesne, all going for him, and I would imagine that list will continue and increase tremendously over the next year, as Sobers is only a junior.
These guys got a whole nother year to showcase their talents and have these American schools salivate over them.
Actually, he's still got another 2 years available. There's a 3.
Rainbow shot there.
Jason Campbell putting it up for 3. 75-74 for Ontario.
And those 3-pointers don't hurt at all.
Coatsworth looking to work it around. Here's Scully. He's going to drive. He sees Pompey. Scully will bring it right back up to the top as they work it around. And there it is right there with a 3.
Great ball movement by the Ontario team. Swinging, getting reversals from side to side until that open shot creates itself, as we just saw.
Unprecedented teamwork being put out by the Ontario team. It's a foul on the play. Kyle Coatsworth charged with his first personal foul.
And this Ontario team really looked like they want to take it to the Toronto Sun team. They didn't come all the way down here to lose.
Tristan Martin back in the game for Team Toronto. Here's Martin with a three-point attempt. It was blocked.
Partially blocked by Balogh.
Brandon Balogh with the block on Tristan Martin. That's not too often you can see that.
He's a high flyer, doesn't get his shot blocked. Maybe we'll see him slam this one. Get ready.
Look out! And he rolls it with a finger roll over the rim.
Dana, I think he's teasing you.
Tristan Martin teasing the crowd. He's saying there's more action to come. Just give me a chance to warm up.
I don't think he liked the side of the basket he was on. I think he wants to go from the other side next time, and then you'll see something from him.
78-76 in favor of Ontario as we see three tired Toronto players coming off the court. They've been really pushing the ball, trying to get back into this game.
Well, both teams working very hard offensively, defensively, as you see. And they're going to be working hard right down to the buzzer. So just under 8 minutes left to go, and I think it's going to be a dogfight from here on in.
Cortez Borders back into the game for Ontario. He'll inbound the ball. That's a great matchup with Anderson and Borders against each other.
Definitely another great matchup. Borders and Anderson. Another great matchup was Anderson and Scully. A lot of great point guard matchups here this afternoon as their styles kind of contrast each other. They both kind of play the same.
Great for the scouts and coaches who are looking to bolster their lineups for next season.
Oh, here's Martin again. Two high flyers. Let's see what happens.
Tristan Martin misses on the drive. He had Cortez Borders all over, and the Borders will lead the lanes coming up. Rob Scully gets the ball, and he passes it out of bounds.
And the Toronto team has stepped up their defensive intensity. You can see them in the face of the offensive man trying to get the hand in the passing lane on every attempt. So that's definitely going to help them down the stretch of this game if they keep it up.
Now things are getting a little more intense, Darren, as we hear the coaches now calling instructions.
That's right, from the bench, yelling them out. Junior Reed there tried to take it to the basket, was tied up by Coatsworth, who gets another foul assessed to him, and Reed will step to the free throw line.
That foul charged to Kyle Coatsworth, his second personal foul. 7:17 left in the game. 2-point difference between Ontario and Toronto. And if you're just tuning into this broadcast, Dana McKeel with Darren Thomas. Toronto in the dark colored jerseys and Ontario in the white. And we see Toronto coming back. This is Tristan Martin filling the lane. He's got the ball. Here's the drive. He'll put it up, and he's rejected by Marissek.
That play.
No foul called. Boom. And that's a rejection right there by Jermaine Anderson.
Good job by Anderson to get back on defense. He's not that tall, and he got up on that one to block that shot.
Borders inbounds. There's Rob Scully with the three-point attempt. It's good.
Nice look
It's the tray
by Scully, dialing up the long-distance number. His phone bill is definitely paid.
81-76 in favor of Ontario. Tristan Martin, he's all over Brandon Balogh, takes him to the rack. It was turned around by Sam Ashley as he's charged with a traveling violation, and the ball will go back to Ontario.
I think Marissek got away with a goaltend on that play. Tristan Martin did a great job of penetrating to the basket and saw daylight, but was pinned up by Marissek and may have gotten away with the goaltend on that play.
As we take a look at the replay here, Darren.
And you see him slapping it off the backboard. Looked clean, but that's an iffy call. Good no call by the refs, nevertheless.
There's Kodorobai in the picture for the Ontario team as we see Jermaine Anderson drop it with a rainbow.
And I think it's time for Anderson to take control of this game. He had his way in the first half. Definitely needs some points for his team to get them back into the contest.
Well, I think this is the lineup that Fidel Messiah and Cordell Llewellyn want to see. Here's Junior Reed. He'll put it up off the backboard as he fills the lane quite nicely.
Nice fast break sequence by the Toronto team, and Junior Reed finishing it off with an easy deuce.
Brandon Balogh with a three-point attempt. It's off the rim as we see the rebound by Sam Ashley. He'll get it up quickly. Anderson with a quick pass to Tristan Martin. Off the glass it goes.
Beautiful look by Anderson there to Martin. Toronto team running the fast break to a T right now, and it's being effective for them as they're only down by 1 now with 5.5 left to go in the game.
Well, both sides do not want to lose this game. There's a lot of ego, a lot of attitude, a lot of prestige in this game, and it's certainly underlined as we see the replay, Darren.
Here you see Anderson on a nice no-look pass to Martin underneath, and he fishes it up with the left. for another deuce for the Toronto team. This means a lot for both of these teams playing here. Your high school season is over, and there's not much basketball, organized basketball left to play, and you want to finish your last couple of organized games a winner.
Hey, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Experience talks on the bench as we see both Jeff Godet and Dick Zabunyan, a one-time Metro High School All-Star, played his basketball at Earl Haig under the legendary coach Craig Williamson. I always recognized Craig Williamson as the coach with the glasses and the tape on them, and he wouldn't change them. It was his trademark. But certainly had some legendary basketball teams there with players like Dick Zabunyan, Herman Alton, Bob Binnington, and Uton Wilson. Boy, things have changed.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Dave Radlovich off the rim as Toronto continues to grab all the rebounds.
Here comes the Toronto team, Anderson.
And push the ball. Here's Sam Ashley.
Good job by Ashley. Toronto team really looking to utilize that fast break. It has been very successful for them, so it's a good strategy for them to keep using.
And the ball stripped away by Jermaine Anderson. And he's on Rob Scully as we see Jermaine Anderson in your picture. Rob Scully charged with the foul.
And that stepped up defense by the Toronto team paying off. Anderson in the face of Scully there strips him of the ball, and Scully retaliates and causes a foul and sends him to the free throw line. It's important that this Toronto team start capitalizing on the free throws. That's what's going to get them back into the game.
Anderson at the line for the Toronto team. One thing about Jermaine Anderson, this is all a big tune-up for his trip next week as they leave to go to Italy. They'll be there for approximately 7 to 10 days playing against 24 other high school basketball teams in Italy before coming back to play in a big basketball game coming up. We should mention something about it. Hang time is going to be released at Jarvis Collegiate May 10th at Jarvis. First game will feature the Toronto Citywide Basketball League, and the feature game will be the Toronto High School All-Stars and the Adidas Thunderbirds. And Hang Time is a comprehensive look at high school basketball in Toronto over the past 25 years as we see a foul being called on Jermaine Anderson.
Stripped Scully of the ball, but called for the foul, stepping up that defensive pressure on him.
But certainly Darren capping off basketball after 25, 30 years here in Toronto. The book has to be put out, and it certainly will be that night. Admission charge is free, and you can get copies of the book there at Jarvis Collegiate. So
there you get a look at that last play. Anderson stripping Scully. Back to the play here. Nice look inside by Borders.
Cortez Borders with Dave Radlovich, who makes it trickle off the rim, off the backboard, and through the hoop it goes. Radlovich with a nice touch around the hoop.
Anderson showing some shake and bake and a long distance shot. My goodness, that was sweet.
Jermaine Anderson making it happen.
Anderson taking control here for his team. You can see that he really wants to win this game. Great defense by the Toronto squad. Here's Anderson yet again behind the back pass.
Here's Sam Ashley. And Dave Radlovich comes up with the ball. He looks to pass it. Here's Marisic. I thought he traveled on that one.
He got away with the travel there, but no call by the referees.
When you're 6'10", you can do that.
I suppose. I wouldn't know. Reed.
There's a jumper by Ola Matty.
Good hustle by Matty to get to the backcourt and recover the ball.
I think word said during the timeout by the coaches have something to do with Ola Matty with a little more spark on the court.
Certainly so. Those words have sunken in to the Toronto players, and they've responded big time, offensively and defensively, and find themselves up by 2 with 3.5 left to go in the contest.
Inbounded ball, Junior Reed just rejected, and here comes Chris Krause with the layup. And it's tied with 3:32 left in the game at 89. Sam Ashley looking to drive, and there's a rejection there, but goaltending is called, Darren.
Have to call that one. He's just getting up there and blocking everything. Some of those have to be a goaltend, as we just saw in that last one. And got to keep him in check with those block shots or goaltends.
Three-point attempt by Rob Scully.
From way outside.
Chris Krause.
Takes it back beyond the three-point line, looking in. Nice look inside.
Nice pass to Dave Radlovich as he was fouled by Ola Matty. Good look by Chris Kraus inside.
Definitely. I think Chris Kraus has about an extra pair of eyes somewhere because that pass came out of nowhere.
As we see the replay here, Darren.
Here you see Kraus. Nice look inside, no look pass.
And Darren, if you're a point guard or if you're a player at the top of the key and you see that pass down low, then you've got to not advertise that pass.
That's right. You got to look in the other direction or look away and quickly throw that pass. It's a great decoy when you're looking away.
This will be Dave Radlovich at the line for Ontario. Radlovich, a 6'8" forward out of London Lucas. He's unsigned. He's been approached by both Western Carolina and Furman universities in the States. But at this point, he has no university under agreement with him.
Reed lets go another errant shot. His shot has not been with him here this afternoon. He's still deciding to go with that shot rather than take it inside, but it's not been working for him.
Here's Chris Kraus. And Kraus throws it away, and we also see the Toronto team throw it away as well. So just a blowing sequence for both teams.
Ola Matty there a little too aggressive on the pass, way too far for Anderson to catch up to. And Ontario comes back with it.
Chris Kraus, quick pass to Marlon Pompey.
Has a man open inside, decides to swing it to Kraus.
Kraus, he likes to drive.
Nice.
It goes in, and he makes it happen. Nice move, as you said, Darren, right off the glass.
That was a difficult move. Took it up against two bigger defenders. Had to move the ball in the air and kiss it off the glass with the proper English. Let's take a look at it. Here's Kraus penetrating down the left side, splits the defenders off the glass for two, and he'll step to the line to try to complete the three. And
Chris Kraus drains it. That was a key drive right there. 94-91 opens up a three-point lead for the Ontario team.
Here's Anderson looking to penetrate.
Oh, Anderson gets his rebound. And here's Chris Kraus with the outlet pass, and he'll again run it. Dave Radlovich, as he goes off the backboard. Radlovich very, very good and soft around that backboard.
Nice soft touch on the reverse there on the pass from Kraus. Kraus doing a great job so far in the second half in the backcourt, keeping his team involved, scoring when he needs to, playing tough defense as well. And they find themselves with a 5-point lead.
2:13 left in the game. An exciting game at that, as we see a score of 96-91. These two teams are track teams. They're going up and down the court, Darren.
Well, we expected that. You know, a lot of high-flying, high-action, back-and-forth basketball. As we can see, let's listen to what the coaches have to say.
Yo, you have who? 10?
You're responsible for your man.
Where's 22? You're 22. Lock him up.
14. That's what I'm saying.
Yo,
You're responsible for your man. They help out each other.
yo, J-Rock, come down. Hold on, what block you want? Give one touch to the post. All right. One touch. Yo, make a good, strong move, man. Get the foul line or something. Yo.
This guy's your first option. This guy's your... Yeah, step right here. Okay, guys?
Step right at the free throw line, maybe step in.
For pump play.
Don't get caught watching the feet. Jumps.
Yeah.
One of their guys jumps.
You go right in. Okay, guys? Okay? Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, please find behind you. Watch your time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys.
As we see two different coaching styles right there with, and it couldn't be ever more clear with the Toronto team.
For sure, two contrasting styles. One coach has the posy board out with the X's and O's, and the Toronto team just has a laid-back style, just giving out some instructions, trying to motivate certain players.
Vidal Messiah, different coaching style than Dick Sabanian. Both are former Metro High School All-Stars, different eras. And it's quite clear as to who is leading at this point. 96-93, although there's 3-point difference. Dick Sabanian certainly showing that he's in control when it comes to the instructions out on the court.
Foul on the last play was assessed to Anderson. Jermaine Anderson picked up a foul. Pompey will inbound for the Ontario team underneath. Good hustle by Antrobus.
Aaron Antrobus comes up with it, and Jermaine Anderson will run the offense.
Nice look, but it's intercepted. Dangerous pass. Tried to thread the needle between two defenders, and it didn't work.
We see Junior Reed out there, but he's limping a little bit. We don't know if he's come up with an injury or a tight muscle. There's Rob Scully with a three-point attempt.
Scully's three-point shot is not on the mark here this afternoon. Had several long-distance attempts that haven't went down for him. Maybe he'll hit that big shot to win the game. Long pass in the corner to Reed.
Here's Junior Reed. He'll put it up strong off the glass. And one thing about Junior Reed is that when he goes up there, you know he's going to get it.
Fearless. Very slight, not that tall. Takes it up against
Out of the Forest with the rebound.
Now this play is very crucial. We got a minute left in the game and the Toronto team is down by 1. Let's see what Anderson can do for his team here.
Jermaine Anderson. Junior Reed looks to drive. He sees Andropoulos, but he was rejected by number 24, Mike Tuck.
Good sequence there by the Toronto team, but was turned over. Nothing you can do about that, but try to get back on defense and get another sequence out of it. With 49 seconds left, the Ontario team up by 1, and they take a timeout.
Ontario is calling the timeout. 1 point difference. Let's listen in and see what Ontario has to say.
2 guards here, 2 forwards here. The 1 forward come to the basket, look at getting you. One guy goes here, one guy goes here. If we can't get it in, the guy here will come and get it. Once we get the ball in, go 4 corners. Okay? I'll have, we got Eugene, Krause, and Rob, okay? The 2 guys down here.
Alright. Hey, D, you rock, man. You're good at this stuff, man. You rock,
Okay, Darren, here's where we see the replay. Aaron Andropoulos going to the rim.
Took it up strong, but was rejected by number 24, Mike Tuck. Good defensive sequence by Tuck there. That was an important sequence because if the basket would have went in, the Toronto team would have led by 1. But here's the Ontario team with the possession now.
Certainly a guy who can take it to the rack, and Aaron Andropoulos, as we see Ontario going right to the rack again themselves. 96-95. Now 98-95. 30 seconds left in the game as we're going to see an awful lot of action here over the next 30 seconds. Jermaine Anderson with the tray.
Huge three-point shot by Jermaine Anderson. He took it upon himself to tie this game up, and he has done that with a big three-point shot with only 20 seconds left to go in the game.
The opera's not over till the fat lady sings, and right now she hasn't even entered into the building.
Definitely not.
20 seconds left on the clock.
Neither of these teams is going to roll over, and they're going right down to the last second.
Good look at Jermaine Anderson and Junior Reed, 2 guys who've really sparked the comeback for Toronto. Chris Krause.
Krause makes good on a free throw. Gives his team a 1-point lead. Now, you know the Toronto sequence, you know, either Junior Reed or Jermaine Anderson will have the ball in their hands, as they are very good penetrators and they do have the outside ability. Junior Reed's shot hasn't been dropping for him, but Anderson has knocked down several three-pointers, so the Ontario team will definitely have to be keying on him.
Nice shot by Chris Krause. And now 112 seconds left. What are they going to do? They're down by 2. Junior Reed with an irrational shot. I don't think that's the shot the coaches were looking for.
Junior Reed threw up a prayer there, and it blistered off the backboard. They probably could have got a better shot than that out of it. For a shot you want to try to, excuse me, win the game with, I'm sure that's not the one they wanted.
100-98, 3 seconds left on the clock. As we see Eugene Kodoroba at the line for Ontario. Here's a replay, Darren.
Reed tries to split the defenders way off the mark.
Llewellyn and Messiah wanted Reed to bring the ball back out and look for that last shot.
I would have much rather had Anderson shoot that shot. He's got the hot hand and he's a bit more confident with his outside shot right now, and I would have much more have him shoot the shot if I was a coach.
101-98 with no second, 102-98, pardon me, with no seconds left on the clock. That's it.
After that, you sub in with him.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next on our agenda is a three-point competition as well as a dunk competition. stadium for 8 years. Canada versus Toronto.
Microphone.
So
We got you in
hold on.
front of the camera here.
Have
you done this before?
Oh, it's sort of, yeah.
All right. This will be a little bit of I with Chris Krause. Wait till I get the father on the phone.
Where do you want me to look?
Right there at the camera, or you can look at me. How many points did you average, do you know?
Average?
No,
tonight?
this game, yeah.
Maybe 12 or something? I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure.
All right. We'll run with 12. It sounds good to me. Sure. Put up.
What a game!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next on our agenda is a three-point competition as well as dunk competition.
Yeah.